Hi guys, welcome back to Code with Deep Shook, and in today's video I have created the Adaline machine learning model to classify apples as either good or bad based on their characteristics. So we're going to use this apple dataset to train the model. So we have the filters, and then we have the columns, and then the rows for as the answers for the answer. So the data set is going to learn from the answer and the filters itself. Okay, so now let's go back to the code. So what I've done here is I've imported my libraries. We have used Panda for working with the data set, and then NumPy for calculation, and then Matplotlib for creating graphs, and the rest of the libraries for plotting data, scaling data, and evaluating the model. So this is the blueprint of the model. And then in the blueprint, we have this method right here, which this fit method, which trains the model, and the predict method, which is used to make prediction after training is completed, which is this method right here. Okay, so after creating the blueprint, I'm going to look into the data and clean the data to see if there is like any errors or anything, which this is what's it for. What this does is it reads from the data set. So what I'm gonna do is run the code and see if we have anything that we need to clean up. So as we can see here, we have this text right here that caused the model to read the rest of the data as, to read the rest of the data as text. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the text and then convert it back to numbers. So let's run that again and see. As we can see, it has cleaned it up and it's good. So now let's go back to, I'm gonna edit all these out. I'm gonna uncomment them back. Okay, so now that we have cleaned up our data, what we're going to do next is remove the row, because we don't need it. We're going to remove this row right here because we don't need it, and then convert asset back into number values. So what we're gonna do right here, so we're right here. Oh yeah, so right here. And then what we're doing here is we're removing the ID this and the quantity column from the input. So, and then after that we're going to label the quantity. So for a good apple is gonna be labeled as 1, and a bad apple is gonna be labeled as -1. And then right here we're training the model, and then we're actually not training. We're splitting the model into training and testing, and then after doing that, we are ready for training the Adaline model. And then doing the training, the model makes prediction, and then it calculates errors, and then updates weights and the bias. And then, yeah, so this is the learning rates, and then this is how many times the model is going to repeat itself so that it can learn patterns in the data. So yeah, and then right here, this is we're creating a graph to see the answer, which we're creating this graph right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is run the code again. So as we can see here, we have the model trained on like 80% of the data, and then test on 20% of the data, and then we have accuracy of 75%, and the final training error cost is this, and this is the final quantity results. So overall, the project shows that machine learning can be used to classify the apple quality using real world data, and then the Adaline model was able to learn patterns from the data set and make useful prediction, even though it wasn't perfect, as we can see the accuracy of the prediction. But yeah, so yeah, that's my code for the day. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Thank you.